Hello everyone, after a week off because of FlightSimExpo, we have returned to deliver the most exciting headlines that have been making waves the last couple of weeks. So without wasting any more time, let's dive straight in and provide you with the updates you have been eagerly anticipating. Welcome to the weekly flyby. Nemeth Designs has always been a hallmark in helicopter flight simulation, as the team has developed a couple of dozens of helicopters for FSX and P3D. They are also the team behind the default Bell 407 from Microsoft Flight Simulator. Their newest product is also a helicopter and their second iteration through this sim. And I have to say, it's one of my favorite little helicopters, the Schweizer S300 CBI. The little helicopter comes with a detailed and accurate flight model, detailed 4K textures, realistic flight dynamics based on real-world data, and realistic aircraft operation based on real-world piloting and maintenance manuals. You will also get to choose from 10 liveries. You can find the Nemeth Designs S300 CBI from Microsoft Flight Simulator at the official marketplace and Nemeth Designs official website. Check the link in the video description. If you are a DCS simmer, you probably heard of Carsten Gurk, a rather active community member and massive bridge destroyer. Carsten is working on his most recent mission for DCS for both single and multiplayer. The post was short but sweet, one that just said it's growing, custom ATC, currently about 70 voice files, will be more once spoken by humans, and had a few images on it as well. And that got my attention for sure. I reached out to our favorite modern bridge buster and asked him a bit more details, enough to satisfy my curiosity for now and perhaps yours as well. Carsten told me that this will be a single mission that can be played both in single and multiplayer using the Apache's multi-crew feature. He also shared something with me that sets a background of the story and is quite impressive. I won't spoil the surprise, but it's a rather interesting way to set the stage. There is no date of release yet, and I'm sure Carsten is really not in a hurry, as we will want to have everything set up as perfectly as he can. The mighty Chinook is an amazing bird and one of the helicopters military aircraft lovers will always ask about. Miltech Simulations decided to start working on one. The news arrived via Facebook. On their page, Miltech Simulation announced they are working on the CH-47, with the Delta version being the first one to release. The company stated that the glass cockpit variant as well as passenger transport variants are planned. That means that we will have an Echo version in the pipeline as well. Miltech Simulation shared a couple of images of the panel for the Delta model, the analog steam gauge version, and also indicated the scheduled release date. We should expect the Miltech Simulations CH-47 Delta for Microsoft Flight Simulator in the third quarter of 2023. No more details were offered at the moment, but I was able to confirm both a PC and an Xbox version are planned. There is something that I really want to warn you about. There is a Chinook in the marketplace from MC right now. Please stay away from everything that developer does. The Chinook or any other product by MC Scenery are absolutely terrible. Wait for the one we're talking about here, which is the Miltech Simulations. No doubt it will be much better. I think that the more we virtual helicopter pilots have to do and see near the ground, the better. Helicopters are the ultimate means to enjoy your surroundings from a higher ground, but not so high that you don't see anything. And you can do it pretty much at any speed, including no speed at all if you are hovering above something. SoFly is promising to add a new layer of things for us to do and enjoy with their newest, all-new groundbreaking products, Animals, which will be available for Microsoft Flight Simulator on both the PC and the Xbox. The product will allow you to populate the world with a vast range of brand new species of animals that roam the world, and you'll be able to see different species of whales, lions, pigs, horses, sheep, crocodiles, and more. And we're not talking about static objects, as all the animals have been meticulously animated, with many of them roaring or flying around the world, meaning they need to be found from the skies. Where you will be able to find them? Well, pretty much everywhere, as SoFly says that the animals will populate all the 7 continents waiting for you to find them. The company is still working on adding more species and missions until the release, which has not been announced yet. What was announced though was that this product shall be compatible with both Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. After the second day of FlightSimExpo 2023 was over, Thrustmaster gathered a few lucky attendees and invited media outlets for an exclusive event. Participants had the opportunity to try a new unannounced product in an exclusive preview. I was lucky to be invited and I was extremely curious as Thrustmaster specifically said they would like me to take a look at it. Unfortunately, because of the nature of the event and the fact that this is an announced product and still a prototype, we will have to leave details out for now, but we can talk about it in general. I have been wanting for Thrustmaster to join the party and start developing for the helicopter crowd for a few years now, but the company never seemed to have picked up the interest to cater to this slice of the community. Fortunately, that seems to have changed and the new joystick base will be adaptable for helicopter flying as well. The Thrustmaster team didn't specify the details on how that is possible and what technology they are using, and I probably couldn't tell you anyway to be honest, but from the vague description provided, it seemed like they are onto something quite interesting. Thrustmaster is still working on a prototype and I should be able to access a unit for testing once that is possible, so expect me to give you more information as soon as I can. But for now, I think we should just be happy for the fact that Thrustmaster has entered the building, and this could be a great first step towards maybe a few more products in the future. We can only hope. FlightSimExpo is a place to go if you are looking for a flight simulation event with lots of amazing stuff going on, both inside and outside, but I will tell you more in a bit. Right now we have some amazing numbers by the organization and they have clearly shown how much the event matters. Almost 2,000 flight simmers, pilots and aviation enthusiasts visited the event, which was held at Lone Star Museum in Houston, Texas. Companies such as Microsoft, Lockheed Martin and Luminar Research were present, as it was Thrustmaster, Whirlpool and other hardware manufacturers and software developers as well. It was a huge event and I actually wrote an article about it. I will talk about it later in this video. Like I said, Microsoft was present at FlightSimExpo for the first time this year and I got to sit down and clarify a few things that have been confusing the community or just worrying them. I started with the thing that has been puzzling people a lot and understanding exactly what Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is. Some started saying Microsoft ruined the scene because it's all about missions, and others started saying Microsoft ruined it again because there were no airliners. So I asked Georg and Sebastian to clarify exactly what it is, what's new for helicopters and what to expect regarding Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. You can read all about it on the interview. Check the link in the video description. FlightSimExpo 2023 was held at the Lone Star Museum in Houston, Texas from June 23rd to June 25th. I was lucky to be there and wrote an article what we could find there and my thoughts about it. But in a nutshell, this is a huge event with lots of company and other simmers that gather to enjoy a 2 or 3 day get together, sharing experiences, trying products, exchanging ideas, or just geeking out as they meet their favorite companies, content creators, or fellow hobby companions. Check out my article about it and see what you have been missing out. If you haven't attended one of these events yet, I strongly advise you to consider going at least once. Link is in the video description. Remember to stay connected with the latest news and events in the helicopter flight simulation community by checking out the video playlist. It's a perfect way to stay in the loop and keep yourself updated on all the exciting happenings. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care and fly safe.